Give me a second, everybody. Check the chat. We want some low grade technology here. Hold on. Live chat. Flaw, what's good, bro? Salute. Servant and watcher, thank you. I got some stuff uploading now from today. And thank you for sharing. What's being shared, do you know? So I'm going to talk about the videos that are uploading for tomorrow and, answer any questions for anybody that pops up. I'm sure we'll probably have state police join us. I definitely know that they are watching and they follow the channel. But probably a lot more than that. Here we go. I got this thing. Hold on one second. All right. So yeah, I got some stuff premiering. I got 2 videos, part 1 and part 2 from today. It's a bunch of different clips. It's like 8 clips. And I went to file some motions. I talked to the prosecutor, O'Leary. He's probably watching right now. What's up, O'Leary? Salute. So, yeah, I filed a couple motions. Went to the Supreme Court. Went to the Supreme Court. So I'll point this out. I didn't really make a deal about it, but this was like the 4th or 5th time. I know Flaw was there with me for 1 or 2 of them at least. And they hit the panic button on us twice, 3 times. I mean, the guy was like, I'm told to do that. And so we went back today. I was with Roseanne, and the guy did not hit the panic alarm or anything like that. We went through smooth, no problem. So I give the New Hampshire Supreme Court an A+ today. They were great. I talked to the clerk and everything, but I was at Concord District Court twice as well. And again, we ran into Peter the Pumpkin Eater, the masked Nazi guy, and he tried to steal my phone and stuff. And then he got the clerk to deny me service because he said, you don't have to be filmed and all this stuff, right? And she said, oh, okay. So she stopped serving me because of Peter the Pumpkin Eater. And he threatened to call the police. And my friend who was with me, she said, I'll start filming too. And he's like, you'll be under arrest too. And she said, okay, whatever. We're going to take these arrests. And asking him about the law that he's referring to and all that, he kept referring to the most recent Supreme Court order and all this stuff. So when we went there today, the signs that they have were all up, no filming and all that. Well, we went there, then we went to the Supreme Court, had no issues, and then we had to go back because the Supreme Court told us to go back to the Concord District Court. And so when we went back in there, there were no signs anymore. All the signs were gone about recording, and Peter the Pumpkin Eater was quiet as a church mouse and didn't say anything, and then he disappeared. I dealt with the clerk. She was amazing, and for that reason, I gave the Concord District Court an A overall. I gave Peter the Pumpkin Eater the big fat F. Gave him the F, right? I don't know which way it goes for you guys. I gave Peter the Pumpkin Eater a big fat F, foot in his ass, his fat folds of his butt cheeks. And when we went back, the signs were gone and there was no problems or anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure what has happened, but there's definitely been some changes, it seems, as far as that go. Yep, the recording signs are they. I didn't see them anywhere. We didn't go upstairs, Flaw. But I didn't see them up there. What's up? What's up? News Now Ninja Gonzo, thank you so much. Let me check out all these people. Carnival Games, what's going on? Good to be here. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm burnt out. I've been going non-stop with this one trial, and then they're trying to make me. Oh, so that's something. I'll spoiler alert. I talked to the prosecutor today, and that's in the thing that's coming out tomorrow. The 2 parts. I recorded that, of course, and he's not going to object to a continuance on the bootlicker trial. So I have a second trial coming up in the near future. We'll find out on March 31st how long we get. I don't know if the judge is going to tell us right away. I'm going to ask for 90 days on that one. And I'm also going to ask for a mistrial on the Amen case, the New Hampshire 9 case that I'm currently going to be, that I'm currently doing the trial for. He only gave us 2 hours. Whether or not we finish it in 2 hours doesn't matter. I don't see how we could finish it in 2 hours. I haven't testified. I'm not done with witnesses. We haven't watched any of the video. I have multiple video perspectives from that day. I'm also going to say, you know, I did talk to a senator who said that they were going to be there to testify on my behalf. I'll not spoil that, but there's supposed to be a senator there March 31st, 10 a.m. So March 31st, 10 a.m. for day 3 of the first New Hampshire 9 trial. But yeah, the prosecutor's not going to object to this other case being continued so I can handle this and, you know, go from there. So I also have the appeal and potential jail time for non-payment of fine on the disorderly conduct out in front of Governor Sununu's house, where I was found guilty for disorderly conduct for asking a question, asking the police what he was trying to tell me to stop doing. And I might have to do like 12 days in jail on that, and we can go there. We can go there, right? That's the thing. Everybody you got to be willing to catch a ticket. You got to pay the fine if necessary. Would go to jail if you don't want to pay the fine. You know what I mean? But don't comply. Do not comply. You know, nullification of unconstitutional laws relies on non-compliance, absolute defiance. That's the whole point of this, is to teach people how the individual can be a massive force of change in the community by going against things that are illegal and unconstitutional that are being practiced on a regular basis through rules, not laws. They make all these rules and procedures and all that type of stuff, the no filming in court and all that. If you know it's bullshit, which I knew by looking at the orders, right, in the laws that they're referring to, in the rules that they're referring to, you just don't comply. Don't comply, and you got to be willing to take the hit. Today, I was 100% willing to take the hit. That guy was trying to get me arrested. And I mean, how many times has Peter the Pumpkin Eater tried to have me and Flaw and everybody else arrested? That guy, he's a liability to this state. I'm going to say that right now because I know there's a lot of state employees watching as well. If not right now live, they're going to be watching this thing. And I'm filing a complaint for the thing today because I caught the whole thing on my body cam where he got the clerk to deny me service, right? Because I was filming and because he thinks he knows something. So that's why when we came back, the signs were gone. I bet you $1 million that Peter said, Well, if you guys don't want me to, why are these signs up then? I'm only enforcing it because of these signs. So, whatever. The point is, looks like a lot of progress has been made. I got part one uploading at 3 o'clock and part two uploading at 6 o'clock tomorrow from all the today's stuff. And again, mark your calendars. March 31st, 10 a.m. We're going to have a 2-hour window for the third day of trial. And if it has to go beyond that, we're going to have a fourth day of trial because the judge wanted to be so sure that he only had 2 hours on that day, right? So I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be a fourth day. We also filed subpoenas. We filed subpoenas for the entire executive council and Governor Sununu because the state thus far has relied heavily on the admonitions and warnings of Governor Sununu and Governor Sununu's intent when he gave those warnings, what he was giving those warnings for. Nobody really knows but Governor Sununu, unless Governor Sununu texted the state police or somebody else like that, or put some other form of a record that he felt what he was referring to when he gave his warnings about us, singing the Pledge of Allegiance. Too enthusiastically. That's what everybody in the room felt he was referring to. But the prosecutors say, no. He was referring to the cat calls, the whoop whoops. Just there was a couple whoop whoops. I think maybe 2 people might have whoop whooped. And so, how do we know? How do we know? Unless we get a poll from Governor Sununu. So he needs to be there. And the rest of the executive council, why shouldn't they be there? They were at the event, and if they were so upset and disrupted, then we should hear from them on this thing. Because the cops really can't say if the meeting was disrupted until one of the members on the board says, hey, this group of people, that individual, whoever's doing this, the people with the signs, whatever it is, are being disruptive, and we can't have that. So that is usually what happens at a public meeting, but that's not what happened. We all know what happened. It was a setup from the beginning. Don Bolduc told Therese, we got the screenshots. He was warned by somebody, and he won't reveal who warned him not to go inside, so he was outside. The legendary Don Bolduc, the guy who assaulted Flaw. Let me check to see what's going on. Neon Sean, what's up? Oh no. Okay, his power's running out. Give Sin a crown. Some emojis there. Fire. Burn it up. That's what's up. AAP's Variety Channel. Make stupid people famous. Let's go. Make the stupidest one the most famous. That's what that F's for. Like button. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. David Bruce. Thank you. I called Goffstown Court today. Still no trial date. Oh, for the Bulldog thing, Flaw. Wish I had nukes. Yep, we should all have nukes. 100%. Barry Frost. Central Florida Police Accountability. Fuck around, find out. What's up? Yep. Joko KS Cop Watch. It's funny, in one of the most recent ones, I went somewhere and I got, Where is it? Oh, got my body cam rig, and I got the badge, and these are actually, these are from a company that makes police badges, so these are pretty official. Yeah. Cop block. So these are cop block badges. What do I got? Badge number 9. And I had badge number 9 before the New Hampshire 9 arrests. Just saying. There was also, if you go and check the playlist, there was the Newfields 9 for the tickets out in front of Sununu's, but 9 has always been my like lucky number, so to speak. So it's interesting though how 9 just keeps popping up. 9's the best number. Contains all the other numbers. 9's the number of unity. Number 1 is the loneliest number. It's all by itself. You want a raffle? Yeah, we should do a raffle. All right, we'll do a raffle after the trial. Giveaway. I'll do a giveaway to somebody in the chat. I'm just not prepared for that right now, but that's definitely a good idea. What did you win, Flaw? Bacon. That was my best short video. I don't have a P.O. box. I'm not that sophisticated. Yeah, sorry. Oh, no, that's real bacon. That's real bacon. Yeah, no, I do the carnivore thing. For the most part. I get some carbs in there, too. Listen. Not trying to hate, but there's very few people who can do the vegan thing successfully. It's just not. Humans are omnivores, and some humans need more protein and fat. Fat is the most important nutrient. Healthy fats. Okay? F for fats. Yeah, pork. I do a lot of bison. Mostly bison, but we fuck around with some pork. You know what I mean? I'm not an ACAB guy. I tell you guys all the time. I love me some bacon. Vegans are pussies, right? I mean, you need certain minerals and amino acids that you can't get from vegetables alone and carbs alone for you to produce the testosterone if you're a man and other hormones. You need thyroid hormones and your adrenals and all that. You really need protein. Liver is the best thing for you. But Bardo beef, shout out to Bardo Farms, moved to New Hampshire. I don't know if they have any mail thing like that. Yep. So let me see if we can recap. Yeah, I did go. I went to Supreme Court, and they sent me back to the district court and the district court clerk. So we brought subpoenas to the district court for the executive council in Sununu, and the district court clerk refused to sign the subpoenas. She said, it's up to, I don't have to. So I said, all right. So we went to the Supreme Court and talked to the clerk there, and he redirected us back to the district court judge. And so we talked to the clerk again. She's very nice too. I will say that, very helpful, and you know, my loud voice doesn't affect her or anything like that. She's very explaining things thoroughly because the record is very confusing. You guys can see, I'm sure you heard through the trial. If you've watched any of that, if you haven't, go back and watch those trials. And unless you're a witness, if you're a witness and you're going to testify, don't watch the trials because you'll get disqualified. But we're working on that too. That's another thing. One of the witnesses was disqualified, and they looked into the court rule 615 that is for excluding witnesses, and it doesn't apply to natural persons, and especially persons in the courtroom or that weren't in the courtroom for the order or anything like that and weren't on the witness list. So for the day one of trial, this guy just showed up randomly on day two, and he had happened to watch the day one. But you're trying to tell me this guy, whatever, I'm not going to say his name, but he's awesome guy. I mean, I got to tell you, he's a reserve, not reserve dude. What is it? He's a Marine. He's just, you know, he's still active duty, but he's not out. He's not out yet. Anyway, this dude's a Marine, and he was there, and he's the one that said it's a lie. So they've been testifying this whole time that I said it's a lie twice, and it was this guy, and he's been he was like, oh my God, like that was me. This dude, they're testifying to this dude saying something that I said. And so he shows up on day two like, hey, we got to clear the air here, basically. And I didn't even know. But he got denied the ability to testify based on him having watched the first day of trial. So you're trying to tell me this random Marine that I don't fucking know from a hole in the wall decides to come and say, no, that was me. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You don't want to know why? Because I'm not charged with saying it's a lie. So that reminds me of something that I was talking to somebody about today, and we're like, what? The only thing that makes sense to me right now is that the New Hampshire State Police troopers are intentionally like messing this case up for the prosecution. That's the only thing that makes sense to me with the testimony and all the inconsistency, and none of it has to do with anything that I'm even charged with. It's a kangaroo court. Exactly. It's unbelievable. I'm charged with saying shut it down before at some point I was already arrested, and then shut it down once I was already in handcuffs. So I'm really not even worried about that whole whatever happened once I was in handcuffs. They should have charged me with something else. I don't know. But it's all wrong. That's all I'm going to say. We're running on 24 minutes here. It's all wrong. The whole thing. Well, it's all 100% theater. That's for sure. It's all theater. The whole thing is a great big, like, shit show. Kangaroo court. I can't believe that I have to keep going back for this shit. The judge hasn't thrown it out. The prosecution hasn't decided. It's not worth it. Because what are they going to get? Honestly, what are they going to get out of this? Any of the charges they give me, I don't care. The fine, I don't care. I'm not going to pay it. I'll go to jail. You know, I've had people say they'll pay the fines for me. No, no, no. It's the principle here, right? So there's no jail time other than non-payment of fine, $150 a day. The process is the punishment. Exactly. See, this is the thing, though. You got to figure out how to flip it and punish them with the process, right? So if they want to process you, you punish them and you go through everything to a T, right? I said it in the trial. I believe it was the first day. I said, no, they need to feel the pain. The prosecution needs to feel the pain. That's the whole point of this thing. We're going to go through, it might have been day 2 when I was going through the witnesses. We're going through all the witnesses. Whoever took the time out of their day to show up here randomly on my behalf, like, and it's not even, it's big. This is all bigger than me, and we all know that too, right? So go back and watch that shit. Not because I'm monetized. I'm not monetized. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, some of the video stuff is going to come up, especially in any appeal. I got a lot of good stuff on it for any potential appeals. We also, another thing. So remember, O'Leary, Blinky, Mr. Blinky. Whenever he blinks, that's when you know he's lying. Mr. Blinky, he said that he gave them all this bootlicker stuff. This is the next trial that's coming up. And this one is going to be even more epic than this New Hampshire 9 thing. The bootlicker thing is going to take the cake. I'm telling you. You guys have no idea. Wait till this thing goes down. If it doesn't get dismissed or something. But he said that I was properly served because I was represented by counsel. They filed an appearance. Well, when we were at the clerk today, there was no appearance, and I also talked to them, Jens and Stanton, and they did not file an appearance or a withdrawal. So I talked to O'Leary, and I got that. I was recording it when I was talking to him on my body cam on my phone, and he was like, oh, the clerk. So he tried to blame the clerk at Concord District Court because she said there was an appearance on file. Okay. Yeah, there was an appearance on file for the other case. Not that case. They never filed an appearance for this case. So, anyways, the whole thing is very, very, very nebulous and confusing, not just to me, but other people. But the timeline is all there. I do the raw footage. I did not record on the October 13th thing. I had a cane in my hands, and of course I was charged with clapping loudly, even though there's been no testimony whatsoever from the state about me clapping loudly. Yeah, that's it. I guess we'll sign off here. Let me see. Yeah, they are making themselves look pathetic, extremely pathetic, and like, I am not on my A game right now. I got a lot of other shit going on, and I don't care. It doesn't even take me anything. I haven't looked at any of the discovery, any of that shit. I go in there with notes that are scribbles all over the place that I don't even look at. So I'm destroying these fucking fools. Freestyling. We'll go to F again. Totally winging this thing. You know what I mean? But the truth reigns supreme. And the fucking falsehoods and the fakers can't compete with the truth. And all it takes is questions to get to it, right? And all these cops can't keep their fucking stories together. They got the timelines all fucked up. They don't even know what the fuck I'm charged with, and they're not even putting any elements in there that pertain to the facts on the complaints. So, honestly, the judge seems pretty cool. He's been swaying with me, so to speak, and we'll see how the rest of this shit show goes. Right? I'll record if I go when I go. File this complaint. I did the phone call on Peter the Pumpkin Eater. I'm coming for you. That's not a threat, buddy. It's a promise. I'm coming for your fucking hyperventilating ass. You can't record in here. Turn your camera off. You fail me, the next court date, March 31st, 10 a.m. March 31st, 10 a.m. Concord District Court. That's 32 Clinton Street. 32 Clinton Street, Concord, New Hampshire. March 31st, 10 a.m. Might get continued. Probably not. I'm sure. We got that 2-hour section. Shouldn't be that hard to eat up with a few witnesses, if the judge doesn't decide to dismiss it. There's a big mistrial issue with Provenza, and that I'm not going to get into till we get there. You know what I mean? You can't give out your secret sauce, right? Can't give out your secret sauce. I already talked to the prosecutor about it. He knows Provenza is a loose link. So signing off here, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for entertaining me as I try to entertain you.